Hey, you like dark fantasy puppet films filled with monsters and magic? Yeah, us too. I'm Monstark.
And I'm Schneider.
And we are the co-founders of
Pagan Circus.
Pagan Circus is all about tapping into the wonder of childhood by exploring the arts of storytelling, character design, puppet and prop building, visual effects, and creative collaboration.
So join us as we look for inspiration in everything from crumpled up trash to the oil stains on a garage floor. And who knows, maybe along the way, we can encourage your own voyage of creative self-discovery. So who are Monstark and Schneider?
I'm Monstark, and since childhood, I've been a monster artist and puppeteer. I believe we're born creative, and it's our duty to express ourselves and inspire others. Sometimes this mundane world gets in the way, but my unorthodox path has brought me through life with my playful spirit and open heart intact. And that's exactly why I feel it's my duty to have the most fun in my creative work now. At first, I worked in ink, drawing underground band art as a California teenager. Later, I tabled at Comic-Cons, selling art and merch to people from all over the world. But I began to hear the call of some unknown future creative path. Moving to Portland, Oregon, I started making bigger, weirder things, and when I was asked to make a music video, I immediately said yes! I didn't know how to make a music video, but I went for it anyway. Leaning on my strengths, I chose puppets and a low-tech approach. I loved it, and I had to do it again. As my new creative identity evolved, I met the person with whom I could join forces to make even more ambitious things.
My name's Schneider, and there's nothing I like more than falling deep into a world of fantastic storytelling, whether it be an old dusty book or a cult classic film. My fondest childhood memories are filled with the fantastic toys, movies, and TV of the 80s. I'm talking about Clash of the Titans, He-Man, The Muppet Show, Star Wars, and The Dark Crystal. I would absorb those like a sponge and then disappear into my bedroom, alone for hours, crafting elaborate worlds of conflict with my own creative twist. Playtime was everything to me, and still is. So eventually, after years of world travel, tropical island living, and community building, I dove headfirst into the craft of mask making, a process which I soon learned was the perfect gateway into fantastic storytelling. Mask making led to props, props to puppets, and puppets to, inevitably, filmmaking. And here I am, still that same wide-eyed kid, absorbing and reworking my influences into what I can only hope becomes part of the next wave of artistic mythology. So how did we meet?
Well, through the suggestion of a mutual artist friend, we met for a beer, and then within minutes we were deep down a rabbit hole that led to the holographic nature of the universe, the power of myth, and old-school practical effects and puppetry.
So it wasn't long before we decided to join forces to create a sprawling fantasy world full of monsters and mayhem.
But we quickly learned that it was much easier said than done.
We had to spend the next few years developing our story and characters, acquiring cameras and lighting equipment, and learning half a dozen new animation, editing, and compositing softwares, all while simultaneously prop making for heavy metal music videos and making custom art to keep the bills paid.
But eventually we got our act together, enough to release our first offering as Pagan Circus, our 2024 film based on H.P. Lovecraft's The Outsider. We packed it full of things we love, like sympathetic monsters, puppet gore, dark comedy, practical sets and props, and metaphors for spiritual growth.
It also offered us a great opportunity to try out some of our newly acquired tools and skills like 3D printing puppet heads and using digital environments and effects to augment our in-camera assets.
We made The Outsider for basically nothing and on a very tight deadline. Yet we're so proud of it and its journey. It screened at film festivals across the US and Canada, gaining nominations and winning a Best in Festival award, and it's connected with people in ways we couldn't have imagined just a year or two earlier.
But that was just the beginning. Today, Pagan Circus is developing new films, shows, and content on a variety of platforms. The vision we have is big. I mean, we're basically crafting an entire puppet dimension piece by piece. It's gonna take time, effort, and some luck to pull this off.
But we feel it's important to share our process whenever possible. not only our behind-the-scenes progress in the workshop, but also our personal philosophies and day-to-day struggles related to living the creative life. Because we want you to be part of this crazy journey of world building and personal evolution we're on.
And so if this is your kind of thing, please keep in touch by liking and subscribing, leave us a comment or question, and tell a friend who would be interested in coming along for the ride.
And if you haven't yet, go watch The Outsider right now.
We're Monstark and Schneider saying,
Thanks for watching.
and keep it slimy.